Alright guys, a huge welcome to this brand new Merchant Fly video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the different niches on Google that actually work. I did over 10 million euros in revenue with my own dropshipping stores, and currently I'm running a Google Ads agency called Merchant Fly, where we do like 5 million per month with all of our clients combined. So I made a straight analysis about the different kind of niches I've run my stores with, but also my clients currently do. So let's dive in together. So the different type of niches that actually work on Google. And let me be honest, not every niche on Google works. It's very based on demand. So if there is no demand into your niche on Google, you won't make any sales. So that means like not every niche performs the same on Google Ads. So what you need to get a good niche: clear purchase intent, the products in your niche. It needs to have a high search intent. You need to have healthy margins because you can sell anything you want, but if you don't have the healthy margins, you won't get profitable and your business will fall down. A strong AOV, and what is also nice is recurring sales. So whenever someone buys something for one time, your client is gone. But whenever you have recurring clients, for example, on a monthly basis, that's very nice to have. And also enough product variety to scale, because if there are not a lot of products inside the niche, it's very hard to scale. It's also fine if you have like a one product store, but if you would like to scale really quick, I would really recommend to choose a niche with a lot of different products. So then we come to the part for the niches. I've chose 3 niches. In my opinion, the fashion, pet niche and the home and decor niches are by far the best. With my own stores, I did fashion and home and decor. I never tried pet niche by myself, but I have some clients in the media buying who do it, and I see some nice results. So I've included the pet niche as well. So if you would like to do your own research into a niche, for example, the fashion niche, always start in the Google Trends. So if you don't have any inspiration in the trends, you can use Claude or anything like that to get some standard knowledge and try to compare some things. This is a very basic comparing thing because you can deep dive way more in it. So this is very basic. But this is a quick example if you can see if there is any demand on your products. For example, you can start with dresses and skirts. You can just dive deeper in midi, maxi and mini. And from there you can also check colors and other things. So it's very important to start off with the Google Trends. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the niche. Here are some examples you can sell and try to set in the Google Trends. For example, the dresses, shoes, jackets, activewear, luxury fashion, accessories, seasonal collections. But there are also a lot of deeper niches inside fashion. For example, streetwear, old money fashion, specific for women, specific for men. So there's a lot of differences. So whenever you check the Google Trends, you can start doing your keyword research, because if there's no demand on your keywords, no one will find your store and no one will convert your products. So check what is working in your market. Of course, fashion is always depending on the season. So you are not going to sell a winter jacket in the summer and also in the other way around. There are no dresses sold in the coldest days in the winter. Maybe some wedding dresses, but that's also something not everyone buys every day. So then the next thing, what makes fashion scalable? You can just add large product catalogs. That's very important to have. Strong product images whenever you are in the shopping and your images are weak or not sharp, you won't even get any clicks, and also Google will flag this, so you will not be the number one in the shopping, of course. Also try to update your collections always, also with the seasonal switches. Try to work on repeat customers. For example, with your email marketing funnels, try to retarget them on Meta. That's also working very well. The biggest growth and scale opportunities come from the best sellers. High margin products, always nice to have high margins on products, the new collections, so you can push it on your store, in the banners, in the email flows, everywhere. And also the seasonal trends are very important. So don't always list what another lists, but also check if you can find something on the internet specific in your market, what's an upcoming trend. And even if it's not findable in the Google Trends here, since there was never demand, it's still possible there can come any demand in the future. And if you're the only one that's selling a specific product and there is a lot of demand, you will make a lot of money for sure. So in my opinion, fashion is the most scalable one. Then the key success factors. In all honesty, fashion needs a lot of requirements to sell a lot of products, scale it profitable, because if you're doing just some random stores without doing really research and not actually knowing what you're doing, you will lose a lot of money. So you need to have clean listings. AI listings does not really matter if it's clean and if it's unique in the shopping, because if you do what everybody else does, you're not unique and you can just sell your products for maybe €2 or $2 cheaper, but that won't make you like a big player on Google. Also, strong feed optimization, always use the right meta fields, the product categories, it's very important to do that. The fast website experience, if you're buying something by yourself on Google, on Meta, whatever, on any website, and the website is slow, in all honesty, I'm not going to buy anything. So make sure your website is very fast. Then the reviews and trust signals. If you don't have any reviews, it's not that bad because you can just get some reviews through your email marketing, maybe on your Trustpilot. And whenever you have these and you're working on your actual brand, it's very important to add them on the product page. And then the last one, strong branding. It's very important to have strong branding because if you're not unique and just copying an existing brand, it's very bad for your scalability, since you look like a copying brand of a competitor. So people see that and they won't buy anything from you. So what makes fashion scalable? It's very easy. You can just scale it up really quickly because there's a lot of demand always and a lot of products you can sell. So it's very easy. It's big demand. It's always needed. Every moment of the year, people need clothing, also for their children, for their dad, for their grandmother, for everyone. And like I said, there are a lot of products available to start directly selling. Then some negative parts. There is a big effect on seasonal switches. So whenever you're not listing the right products on the right moment, you will lose a lot of money since there's no demand on your products anymore. Nothing will convert. With fashion, if you don't do the right research, especially with your supplier, you will get a lot of quality and size issues. There's a big competition, and comparing to the other niches, you will have a lower AOV, especially in the summer. Then we go on to the pet niche. So like I said, this is a really general comparing. You can really go deep into Google Trends and compare everything and see what is working and what not. Like I said, I never did a pet niche by myself. I tried it a long time on Meta with some dog mats, but never did it on Google. But like I said, in my client space, I have a couple of people doing the pet niche and it's working well for them. So that's the reason why the pet niche is here. So whenever you would like to sell in the pet niche on Google, you can think on dog beds, pet accessories, toys, grooming products, premium food. But premium food is a little bit hard because you need to do a lot of research. Whenever a dog is eating something from your brand and they're getting sick, you'll have a lot of suitcases and issues. So I would not recommend to do that, especially in the beginning of your brand. And training products is always a nice one as well. Let's move on. Here the same, you need to have like the high purchase intent on keywords. So like I said, if there is no demand, you won't make any sales. And also anxiety toy for dogs is something people actually search for. For example, if their dog is traumatized or whatever, this is a very good one. So do your research in the trend if there's actually demand on these words. So what makes the pet niche scalable? Of course, the lifetime value. People can buy things again. For example, the food, toys, accessories. So it's replaceable and they need to have the products again and again since the dog get addicted and they love their dog or their cat, whatever. But you can create some recurring brand with the pet niche. And this allows you more to spend more aggressive on your brand on customer acquisition. For the pet niche, you can also use demand gen ads. For the emotional creatives, it's working very well. The customer reviews are very important because people like their dog. So for example, if you're selling something specific for a French Bulldog, have those French Bulldog reviews on your store so people have the feeling with another dog, they think, oh, this dog looks the same as mine, so they have like an emotional feeling with it. This is also a very important one. For example, a dog got traumatized by some reason and you have like the fix for that, for example, with a toy. Add these things on your store. You can add bundles and create packages. So for example, they can buy multiple toys for a cheaper price, which makes like the subscription models. You can do it like an MRR brand as well on Google. So it will automatically get you repeated purchases. Then the next thing, as you may know, with fashion, you have a lot of returns, but animals don't complain because they can't talk. So you will have less refunds. You can create something recurring. It's an emotional niche. Most of the times it's a good quality since you're always selling the same kind of things. It's not in different sizes. Maybe whenever you try to sell some dog clothes, a lot of people do that as well. But it's not always that hard to get the right sizes. So it's very easy to fix. Then the more harder things, not everyone has a pet. So you're excluding a big group in the world that is not going to come to your store, but it's not that big in kind of issues because yeah, it does not really matter since it's a very niche thing. There's always demand. If you're selling, for example, dog food, it could lead to health issues. What you also need to do is a strong research, so it's way harder than, for example, fashion. So you really need to see what is working and what not. Yeah, and it's slower scalable since there are not as many products as fashion available to start selling. So yeah, that's the pet niche. Then the last one, the home and decor one. And in my opinion, I think currently this is, together with fashion, the best one. Yeah, we also did like a 500k day, I think 580k in euros in one day with a home and decor store with one of our clients. The AOV was around $300. So yeah, it's a really crazy niche if you know what you're actually doing. And again, in the Google Trends, if you're really lifting into the trends that are upcoming, you can really make millions in a really short period. So let's dive into home and decor. So what you can start selling is furniture, lighting, wall art, rugs, home accessories, and storage solutions. So there are a lot of things you can do in the home and decor niche. And again, you need to use the right keywords because again and again, if there is no demand, you won't make any sales. Yeah, what makes home and decor more scalable? Yeah, you have standard and higher AOV, a strong visual appeal, a large product catalogs. There are so many products you can sell for houses, for your garden, doesn't really matter. Multiple purchase occasions. Yeah, and whenever someone is putting something in their cart, if you create some urgency on your store and make some combination deals, people will do more in their cart and just buy a lot from you. Then the success factors. You always need the high quality images, lifestyle photography. So it doesn't have to be too AI because that's not what people would like to see. Some room inspiration, very important. People can compare their own room with the room on the web shop. Product bundles and the upselling. They are very important in the home and decor niche. Then finally, the pros and cons of this niche. Like I said, the pros, you have like a high AOV, no big effect on seasonal switches, like furniture will always get sold, lighting will always get sold, things inside the house will always get sold. The only thing you have, for example, in the summer, people will buy more summer things, and in the winter, people will buy, for example, more heaters and those kind of things. So that's the only difference, but it does not kill your performance in general. Most of the times you have higher quality because, if you're having a high AOV, I think a lot of people do more research to the kind of products they sell because otherwise it will lead to insane chargebacks. You can scale quickly because the AOV is high, there's a lot of demand, so it's very easy to scale quickly. Then the cons. Sometimes you have expensive shipping costs because products are big, they are heavy, and sometimes you can also get some unexpected costs in the country where the product is going to ship to. So that's also a thing that could happen. Difficult returns, same issue. If it's big and heavy, it is difficult to return it to the supplier. Longer shipping times, same reason, and people want to see the product in real life. The thing with, for example, a sofa or something like that, people would like to sit on it, they would like to feel the quality, and after they buy. So with lamps and with lighting and wall art, it does not really matter, but the actual bigger things, people would like to see it in real life. So then the conclusion, which niche is the best in my opinion, because opinions are different, but this is my opinion. I did the most revenue with fashion, but fashion has like a high return rate. So at this point, my opinion would go to home and decor. So home and decor number 1, fashion number 2, and the pet niche number 3. So that was the video for today. If you have any questions regarding niches, something inside Google, does not really matter. Anything regarding Google, shoot me a DM on Instagram on the Merchantfly account. Also on my personal account is fine, Scaling Max. And leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And we're going to push some crazy value before Q4 is here. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.